Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom to the house of Israel. We thank you for joining us this day. We say hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So we're going to start off with Torah reading and get your minds and hearts ready to receive Torah. So Brother Adam.
All right, today's Torah reading, we're going to finish Exodus 22, and we're going to start at verse 21. Exodus 22 and 21 reads, "Thou shalt neither vex a stranger, nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt." Which means, do not bother, irritate, nor put a stranger through hardship. The next scripture for Torah reading will be Exodus 22, verses 22 through 24. And it reads, "Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill them with the sword. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. Do not cause any pain or suffering to a widow or children without fathers. Consequences for doing so is death to you, and your family will become the same you brought pain to." The next Torah reading verse is Exodus 22, verses 29 through 30. And it reads, "Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. The first of everything belongs to Yah."
Hallelujah.
The next scripture in Torah reading is Exodus 22 and 31. "If ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. If you eat meat, you eat it without blemish." The last one we're going to go in Torah reading is Exodus 22, 26 and 27. "If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun go down. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious." If you make an agreement with your Ak, be a man of your word, and give him his goods that's due.
Hallelujah.
And that concludes the Torah's reading for today.
Hallelujah. We are thankful unto Yah for the reading of Torah. We must not only hear them, but we must also be doers of the word. Apply it and keep his commandments. All right. All right, so today's class, before we get to our new moon celebration, our new moon feast, I'm just going to give you the title right now. It's Perpetual Hatred from the Beginning. Perpetual hatred from the beginning. As we were discussing some of the videos that's been trending on Facebook and social media and things of that nature, we understand that there is a people that is hated among or above all people. So we know that people is the children of Israel. We have identified ourselves, these so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos, as the children of the Most High, or as we call ourselves, Hebrew Israelites, right? So first of all, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yah and his Messiah, his beloved Yahushua, whom the world called Christ. Thanks and praise for all things. I am Brother Yazequel, and to my right is Brother Ira. All right. There has always been a spiritual, perpetual hatred for Israel. Or should I say, that righteous seed of Adam. There's always been a spiritual, perpetual hatred for Israel. Or should I say, that righteous seed of Adam. For the Bible declares that there is no new thing under the sun. All right, let's go to Genesis. And I want Genesis, we're going to start at the first verse. Genesis 3, I'm sorry. Genesis 3 and 1.
Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Now the serpent was more subtle or subtile than any beast of the field. We have to get clarity and we have to get understanding when we read Genesis, because Genesis, I need you to understand, Genesis, like Revelations, is metaphoric in nature. So some things are literal in Genesis, and some things are figurative in Genesis. And you have to it takes the discerning of spirit to understand which is which. So here we see now the serpent was more subtile or cunning than any other beast of the field. Now, do you think that this serpent is an actual snake? Because how is it smarter or more cunning than any other beast of the field? Now, do you think that when it says the beast of the field, do you think that that's talking about cattle? Let's see the definition of what a serpent is. A serpent in the dictionary, Webster's dictionary, or you can look it up if you want. The serpent means a large snake, that's one, or two, a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to portray it. Isn't that interesting? That people could be referred to as a serpent too. So serpent just doesn't mean snake. It means a person that's being slick or treacherous. Right? All right, so let's read on. Start from the top.
Genesis 3 and 1.
Come on.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High Yah had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, have Yah said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, Yah has said, ye shall not eat of it.
So do anyone think it's strange that this woman is standing here talking to a snake? Because the Christian church would have you believe that she's talking to an actual snake. And it seemed like this is, something out of the norm, that a snake would just get up and start talking to you and you just having a conversation about Yah and what Yah said to a snake. No. This serpent is a person. This serpent is a person. As a matter of fact, men are regarded as beasts. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. First, give me Job 18 and 3.
Job 18 and 3. Wherefore are we counted as beasts?
Wherefore what?
Wherefore are we counted as beasts?
Now the serpent was more subtile or more cunning than any beast of the field. Men are accounted for as beasts, the Bible says. Is that all in verse 3?
No, so come on.
Come on.
And reputed vile in your sight.
And reputed as vile in the sight of the Most High Yah. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. To further prove that Yah equated men as beasts. Come on.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. And I said in my heart concerning the state of the sons of men, that Yah might manifest them, And that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
That they themselves are beasts. That they themselves are beasts. Yah equate the children of men as a beast. Let's go back and read Genesis again. Where do we leave off at? Well, let's just read straight through 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Genesis 3, 1 through 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High Yah had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, have Yah said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
You shall not eat every tree of this garden. Come on.
And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Yeah, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Come on.
But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, Yah has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Now, this fruit was neither apple, orange, or any other fruit that Yah had made. It is metaphoric in nature. He's talking about this fruit is philosophies or understandings that is given by men. This fruit is philosophies or understandings that is given by men. Now, whether that is righteous understanding or unrighteous understanding, it's both called fruit. That you should not. The serpent, that man, that cunning man, is trying to give Eve another kind of fruit, understanding that her husband was not giving her. Adam was giving her a righteous understanding. The serpent or subtile man that came to talk to Eve was giving her unrighteous understanding. Y'all with me? Okay, give me Matthew, to prove that, give me Matthew 7 and 15. You might have to read down a little bit too, because I want to make sure I prove my point. Matthew 7 and 15. Start at 15. Matthew chapter 7, verse 15.
Matthew 7 and 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing.
That's what I want you to start. Come on.
But inwardly they are ravening wolves.
They are ravening wolves. Come on.
Ye shall know them by their fruit.
You should know those false prophets by their what?
By their fruit.
No, by their apples. By their what?
By their fruit.
Oh, by their oranges. By their what?
By their fruit.
So what does y'all consider unrighteous understanding and or righteous understanding? Fruit. Read on.
Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
Every good tree, every good man bringeth forth good understanding. Come on.
But a corrupt tree,
a corrupt man, come on,
bringeth forth evil fruit.
Bringeth forth evil understanding. Come on.
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
Come on.
Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
So now that we have a proper understanding of what Genesis is talking about when it says fruit, it's only talking about what's coming from the man. If is it a righteous man or is it a wicked man that this fruit or this is coming from? All right? Y'all with me? All right, so we ain't got to go to Romans 7 and 4 since we got that cleared up, right? All right. Okay, but let's do it then. Romans 7 and 4. Romans 7 and 4. Romans 7 and 4.
Romans 7 and 4.
All right.
Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Mashiach, that ye should be married to one another.
Come on.
Even to him who is raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto Yah.
That we should bring forth fruit unto Yah. Biblical understanding and righteousness unto Yah. Come on.
For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sins which were by the law did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death.
To bring forth fruit unto death. That was verse 5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. That's okay. That's all I want. The wicked spirit has always been upon the earth. This spirit that the Genesis is calling the serpent manifested in the flesh, the spirit of the serpent has always been in the earth. It was in the earth from the beginning.
Wow. Yeah.
Even before Esau stepped on the scene, this spirit was in the earth. Let's go back to Genesis, and I want to start at verse 4. I want chapter 3, we're going to begin at verse 4.
Genesis 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye should not surely die.
I want to read this story on down to 15. Come on.
For Yah doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Listen to the serpent talk. This ain't no snake. This is a man talking here. Got no business talking to Eve, and Eve got no business talking to this man. Come on.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof.
She took the understanding that the serpent gave her, come on,
and did eat.
And she did accept it. She did accept it. Come on.
And gave also unto her husband.
Then she went to her husband with the understanding that she learned from this man. Come on.
And he did.
And he accepted it. Come on.
And the eyes of them both were open.
And the eyes of them both were open. Come on.
And they knew that they were naked.
And they knew that they were naked. Now, that's a whole lot of understandings that have to be had in this scripture, but I'm foregoing it because for the sake of time, because we'll be here all night if I had to go through all of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to certain points. Certain points. Come on.
And they sewed fig leaves together.
And they sewed fig leaves together. Come on.
And made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Most High Yah, walking in the garden in the cool of the day.
So guess what? Adam and Eve wasn't the only people on earth. There was a multiplicity of people upon the earth. So when Yah made fish, he didn't just make one fish, one boy fish, one girl fish, right? He made a multiplicity of fish. You had bass, and you had pollock, and you had rainbow trout, and you had different types of fish, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when it came to men, when he made a multiplicity of men.
Right.
But he made one man to be master over the earth. Right? Okay, so when the script here says that they saw themselves that they were naked, meaning that they had done wrong.
Right.
Not that they were actually naked, but they had done wrong. Believe me, they had clothes on. Yeah. They had clothes on. So when it says they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves, that's talking about something totally different. Totally different. They sewed fig leaves together, meaning they went and got things to cover. They went and hid themselves among other nations. They went and hid themselves amongst other nations. Sewing fig leaves together means they went and hid themselves amongst or integrated themselves among other nations. All right, come on.
And Adam and his themselves from the presence of the Most High Yah.
They tried amongst other nations.
Amongst the trees of the garden.
Amongst what?
The trees of the garden.
The people are also equated as trees. Equated as trees. Come on.
And the Most High Yah called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself.
Now, do anybody think that the Most High Yah himself was walking amongst the garden? How could Yah walk in the garden? When Moses tried to see Yah, Yah was stepping over mountains. You all remember that? When Moses asked to see Yah, and Moses, he said, I'll let you see the back parts of me. He was stepping over mountains. Moses was looking out of a cave. So can anybody, do anybody in their right mind think that Yah was walking through the garden? No. There was a prophet that was walking through the garden, the mouthpiece of the Most High Yah. He heard the prophet calling him. The mouthpiece of Yah. Come on.
And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree? Whereof I commanded thee, that thou shouldest not eat. And the man said, the woman who thou gave to me be with me. She gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Everybody blaming everybody. Come on.
And the Most High Yah said unto the woman,
Come on.
what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
Come on.
And the Most High Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle.
So the Most High cursed. Why would he say he's cursing a snake above cattle? Doesn't make sense, does it? Because this serpent was a man. And the cattle that the Most High is referring to are men as well. Remember, he equates men as beasts.
Right.
Come on.
And above every beast of the field, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Meaning they're going to be the lowest of mankind. The lowest of mankind. This person, this serpent, this nation is going to be the lowest of all the men upon the earth. Come on.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
But he's going to put enemy between that nation and the woman. Come on.
And between thy seed and her seed.
And between the children of that nation and the children of Eve. Come on.
It shall bruise thy head,
Uh-huh.
and thou shalt bruise his heel.
And thou shalt bruise his heel. We have to, that's all I wanted was the 15. We have to be able to go into these scriptures and be able to find the mark of that spirit that will have perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. Because as I said before, this is an old spirit, not a new spirit. And the Bible declares that there is nothing new under the sun. Let's go to Genesis 4 right quick. Start at verse 1.
Genesis 4 and 1.
Everybody got it? Okay.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
So this is after they were out of the garden. Yah had moved them out of the garden. And now they are working. Adam is working by the sweat of his brow. They having hard times now. You just good times. The music is coming on. Good times. They good times now. All right. So let's get verse 1. 4 and 1.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Adam knew Eve, his wife.
And she conceived.
And she conceived. Adam had sex with his wife, and she conceived in a child. Come on.
And bare Cain. And said, I have gotten a man from the Most High. And she gave again bare his brother Abel.
And she had another child named Abel. Come on.
And Abel was a keeper of sheep. But Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground.
And Cain brought the fruit of the ground.
And offered it unto the Most High.
Now, in this particular verse, it's talking about real fruit. It's not talking about precepts or understanding precepts or something like that. It's talking about real fruits and veggies, tomatoes and greens and lettuce and stuff like that. Come on.
And Abel he also bought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof.
Come on.
And the Most High had respect unto Abel.
So the Most High respected Abel's offering. Come on. And he did not have respect for Cain's. Come on.
And to his offering. But unto Cain, and to his offering, he had not respect.
Come on.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance failed.
Watch this. Come on.
And the Most High said unto Cain,
Watch this.
why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Come on.
If thou do well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
So if you don't do well, sin lieth at the door. Meaning this wait is right there. It's right there. If you don't do well, guess what? There's unrighteousness waiting for you. I mean, that alone is a heck of a message.
Right.
Sin lieth at the door. Come on.
And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass.
What verse was that? What was that?
It was just finished 7.
Huh?
I just finished 7.
Go ahead.
Now I'm starting at 8.
Okay.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother,
Mm-hmm.
and slew him.
And slew him. He killed his brother Abel. Come on.
And the Most High said unto Cain,
Mm-hmm.
Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of the brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth.
Check this out. I want you to, the reason why I'm going through this whole story is for you to see what happened.
Right.
I have not forgotten about what we talked about Eve and the serpent. I have not forgotten about what we talked about the spirit being upon the earth from the beginning. Trust and believe. Retain that information. We are getting somewhere.
Okay.
We are getting somewhere. Read that part again, verse 11.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
Now are you cursed from the earth. Read.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Mm-hmm. The same spirit that is on Cain is the same spirit on Esau. And the same spirit on Esau today is the same spirit that was in the beginning that was talking to Eve. There's nothing new under the sun. The same spirit. We're going to prove that, as a matter of fact. Let's go to, no, I'll just read the verse of top of verse 11. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Read the top of verse 11. One more again, if you will.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
And now are you cursed from the earth. That thing, I had to read that over and over because I said, cursed from the earth. Cursed from the earth. I see the earth. You have to vision the earth in your mind. Right? If you go outside and you get you a shovel and you dig in the ground, we call that what? Earth, right? You turn that earth over, and what do you have? Different shades of brown. Different shades of brown. The scripture says the Most High cursed Cain from the earth.
Yeah, from.
He cursed him from the earth. Meaning he did not look like anybody else on the planet any longer. Cain lost his melanin. He was no longer looked like he came from the earth. Everybody on the planet looked like they come from the ground. Everybody. Because they're different shades of brown. Everybody on the planet today look like they come from the ground, with the exception of one people. Everybody on earth, whether they have very, very like bright-skinned people in their nation or not, they look like they have somewhere in their nation dark-skinned people. The Indians have, the East Indians have jet black dark-skinned people in their nation. You have the Chinese have dark-skinned people in their nation. The Japanese have dark-skinned people in their nation. Everybody, with the exception of Esau, the white man, you can find somewhere a dark person or a melanated person. Everybody has melanin in their skin. Everyone, except for one nation. Cain is the first to lose or to be cursed from the earth. Cain is the first to be cursed from the earth. Give me Jeremiah 49, start at verse 7. 49, Jeremiah 49, start at verse 7, read on down to verse 10, because Esau and Cain is the same. Esau, Cain, and the serpent It's all the same. Come on.
Jeremiah 49, 7 through 10. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Most High of hosts.
Read.
Is wisdom no more in Timon? Is counsel perished from the prudent?
Timon is a tribe of Esau. Come on.
Is there wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan.
Dedan is also a tribe of Esau. Come on.
For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If great gatherers come to thee.
Now it's explaining the essence of Esau, the makeup of who the man is. Come on.
If great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes?
So if great gatherers came, would they just take what they need and leave what they did not use? Not Esau. When he come and take grapes, he taking it all. And he don't give a damn who don't get done except for he himself. Read.
If thieves by night.
If thieves by night, come on.
They will destroy it till they have enough.
If thieves came in, they're going to take what they're going to break in your house. They're going to get what they want and they're going to leave. Not Esau. He going to take the TV, stereo, fireplace poker, the logs, the ashes in the fireplace, the bricks to hold the fireplace up. He taking everything. Yeah. This is the essence of the man. He's going to take everything. Now that we're getting the essence of who he is, we also going to get a description of who he is. Read.
But I have made Esau bare.
He's what?
But I have made Esau bare.
He's cursed from the earth. He's made Esau bare. Come on.
I have uncovered his secret places.
He's uncovered his secret places.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
He cannot hide nowhere on earth because everybody would know that that's him. That's him. That's the mark. That's him. That's him. He can't hide in Africa. He can't hide in Jamaica. He can't hide in China. He can't hide in South America because he has a mark on him. He's cursed from the earth. He doesn't look like nobody else on the planet. Everybody else got curly hair and brown eyes, but not Esau and not Cain. He's cursed from the earth. Read.
His seed is spoiled.
His what?
His seed is spoiled.
And everybody that come from Esau looks like Esau, spoiled and cursed from the earth. Come on.
And his brethren and his neighbors.
His brethren and his neighbors, all his family, come on.
And he is not.
And he is no more. He is no more. Jump down to verse 15 and 16.
Jeremiah 14, 15 and 16.
Read.
For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen.
He is small among every nation, meaning there's not many. The nation of Esau would not be as many as every other nation. Come on.
And despised among men.
And what?
And despised among men.
He is hated among men. Come on.
Thy terribleness have deceived thee. And the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
So we know that the caveman is Esau. We know that. Right. Because he loves to dwell in the cleft of the rock. So when they talk about the Neanderthals and stuff like that, that's them. It's so easy. A caveman could do it. That's him. That's him. Let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis 4 and let's finish out verse 12 because we have to identify. So we are identifying who Esau is. We are identifying who Esau is by character, and by description. All right, verse 12.
Genesis 4 and 12.
Read on.
When thou tillest the ground,
Talking about Cain.
it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
When you yield the ground, Cain is not going to give you back what you wanted to produce. Come on.
A fugitive and a vagabond.
A what?
A fugitive and a vagabond.
A fugitive and a vagabond. Come on.
shall thou be in the earth.
Now let's see what a fugitive is. I went to the Bible. I went to not to the Bible dictionary. I went to the Webster's dictionary, right, and looked up fugitive, right. And the definition of fugitive is a person who escapes from a place or is hiding, especially to avoid arrest or persecution. Quick to disappear, fleeting. A person who escapes from a place or is hiding, especially to avoid arrest or persecution. White folks haven't paid for their crimes yet. They just like Cain, a fugitive. It's the same spirit. Same spirit. So I also looked up vagabond. Vagabond, a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job, having no settled home, wanderer, about as or like vagabond. Let me have Habakkuk 2 and 4. Habakkuk 2 and 4. So we have one, the Most High says that Cain, you will be a fugitive, meaning you didn't pay for your crimes. 2, you will be a vagabond, a wanderer. You will be a wanderer on the face of the earth. Now, we can see already similarities between Cain and Esau when it came to being cursed from the earth. Right. And as far as melanin being pulled away, right? I think Genesis said Cain was cursed from the earth, and Jeremiah said that. What did Jeremiah say? Call it? Jeremiah called it something else. Jeremiah 49 and 9, I think. Jeremiah 49 and 8 called it something else. I can't think of what it was. No more. Was it no more?
No, it says something about flee ye, turn back, dwell ye, O inhabitants of Dedon, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. And 9 says, if grapes gatherers come.
Go to 10.
10 reads, but I have made Esau bare.
I made Esau bare. That's right. So Cain was called cursed from the earth. Right? Esau was made bare in Jeremiah. So we see those two similarities, right? Now we see the similarities between the fugitive and the vagabond. 1, Cain was made a fugitive. He never paid it for his crimes. 2, Esau has never paid for his crimes neither, right? And 3, Cain was said to be a vagabond, right? Esau also is a vagabond and a wanderer because he's in everybody's land and he doesn't have a land of his own. He stole Europe from Japheth or Japheth. He stole Europe from Japheth. That is not his home. So where does this man reside? What is his true home? Where do we come from? He stole the land of Israel from us, right? He stole America from the Native Americans, right? He stole South Africa from Hamites, right? He stole South America from the natives of that land, native Brazilians of that land, right? He is a vagabond and a wanderer everywhere. We see all the signs of Cain on Esau today. Same signs, same things. Give me Habakkuk 2, verse 4 and 5. I'm sorry.
Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Esau's soul is lifted up, is not upright in him. Let's go.
But the just shall live by faith.
But the just shall live by faith. Read.
Yeah, also, because he transgressed by wine.
He transgressed by wine, meaning he transgressed by wine, meaning he lies. He lies, and this is that fruit, the same fruit that the serpent gave Eve. The transgression by wine means he lies. He sinned by lying. Come on.
He is a proud man.
He is a proud man. Come on.
Neither keepeth at home.
And he doesn't stay at home. He doesn't stay put. He is a vagabond, a wanderer. Come on.
who enlarges his desire as hell,
Who enlarges his desire as hell. Come on.
and is as death.
And his desire that he enlarged is death. Come on.
And cannot be satisfied.
He can't be satisfied. He wants everything. Jeremiah just described it. He wants it. That is the essence of who he is. When he come in your land, not only does he wants the land, but he wants what's under the land. He wants the gold. He wants the oil. He wants the diamonds. He wants the water. He wants everything.
Right.
Everything. He wants what's on top of the land. He wants the people. He steals the people off the land and take the animals. He taking everything. Had your wife, had your husband, had your kids. Had your wife. They taking everything. All right, come on.
But gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Because he has no home. He gathered just like America has gathered all nations and all people. This is this very, very detailed descriptive of who this man is. Who this man is. That's all 5.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back to Genesis. 4 and that 13.
Genesis 4 and 13. And Cain said unto the Most High,
Come on.
my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
Come on.
And from the face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive.
Come on.
And a vagabond in the earth.
Come on.
And this shall come to pass, that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Most High said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Most High set a mark upon Cain.
He said a what?
Set a mark upon Cain.
He set a mark upon Cain so people would know who this man is. Come on.
Lest any finding him should kill him.
So he said, I'm not going to allow anybody to kill him, but everybody that sees him is going to kill him or want to kill him. Everybody that sees this, that's him. That's the man right there. So there's going to be hatred for Cain all over the planet Earth, just like there's hatred for Esau all over the planet Earth. Same spirit. Same spirit. So that mark, let's go over the marks. How do we know who we are? From the signs, right? That's how we know who we are. Deuteronomy 28:46 says that the only way that we know who we are is by the signs that's set upon us. So the same thing. Cain had a mark upon him, right? And it wasn't only just a physical mark. There was also that spiritual mark that was set upon Cain, which was, we got to break it down, which was, let's go back to 11, 12, and 14.
Genesis 4, 11, 12, and 13.
This is a mark. Come on.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
You curse from the earth. That is a sign or a mark upon Cain. Drop down to, I don't want all the 11, drop down to 12.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Another mark that is upon Cain, just like Esau today is in everybody's land, and where he lives, he cannot produce the food that he needs. The ground will not yield itself for him. He have to go into other countries to produce food and have those nations produce food for him to eat. He can't produce his own food. All right, that's another mark that's on Cain. Come on.
A fugitive and a vagabond.
Fugitive is another mark. Vagabond is another mark. Okay? Read on.
Shall thou be in the earth.
All right, now drop down to, what verse was that I said? That was 12. Go to 14.
Okay. Genesis 4 and 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid.
That's another mark that's upon Cain, driven from the face of the earth, meaning at that point he lost his melanin. He lost his melanin. Come on.
And from this face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond, in the earth.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Everyone that find me will want to kill me. That is another mark that is upon Cain. And yes, when Esau go into other countries, what do they call him? The great Satan. They have much hatred for the white man because of how he is, the nature of who he is, and the essence of who he is. All right? All right. 1 John 3 and 10.
All right.
1 John 3 and 10. You learning something today? Okay. You learning something?
1 John 3 and 10. In this, the children of Yah are...
Start from verse 8.
Yes, sir. 1 John 3, 8 through 10.
8 through 13.
8 through 13. He that committeth sin
He that committeth sin
is of the devil.
is of the damn devil. Come on.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
He did what?
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
What beginning? The beginning we read in Genesis. What beginning? The beginning we read in Genesis. The same spirit on that serpent was the devil. Tempting Eve and tempting Adam. From the beginning, the same spirit. Read.
For this purpose, the Son of Yah was manifested.
Now get this. Get this. They always talk about the spiritual demon, Satan. And the spirit in the Christian church is the devil, the devil, the devil. So why here does it say the Son of Yah had to be made manifest? That means the Son of Yah had to come upon the earth to deal with an earth situation. He had to be manifested on earth to deal with an earthly devil. A devil made with earth. An earthen vessel. Read verse 8 again.
He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Is of the devil.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
From the beginning. That same beginning with Eve. That same beginning. It was a devil then. And he wasn't of the nation of Esau. It was just a spirit resting on that nation. A dark nation that was devils. Read.
For this purpose, the Son of Yah was manifested.
Come on.
That he might destroy the works of the devil.
The devil, that he was manifested on earth, that he might destroy the works of the devil on earth. Not in some spiritual realm, on earth. Come on.
Whosoever is born of Yah doth not commit sin.
Come on.
For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of Yah.
Because he is born of Yah. Read.
In this, the children of Yah are manifest.
In this, the children of Yah is manifested because of the righteousness. Because of their righteousness, they are made manifest upon the earth. Come on.
And the children of the devil.
And the children of the devil.
Whosoever does not righteous.
And whoever do not righteous is also made manifest upon the earth because they do not do righteousness. Come on.
Is not of Yah. Neither he that loveth not his brother.
Neither are you, an Israelite, manifested upon the earth who do not love his brother. You don't love your brother, you just like Esau, the devil, that Yah will show no mercy to. Read.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
What beginning? What beginning? This is the same thing Adam was teaching in the beginning, because Adam was the master teacher of the earth. But his wife went and heard a cunning serpent, a devil, and came back and said it to him. And he received it. The same message you heard from the beginning. We are the children of the Most High in righteousness, and there are some other people on this planet who are of the devil, the children of the devil. Them folks of Esau over there. Read.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, Not as Cain.
Not, wait a minute. We back to him again? We back to him? Come on.
Not as Cain.
Come on.
Who was of that wicked one.
He was of that wicked one. What does it mean, Cain? I thought Adam was Cain's daddy. What does it mean he was of that wicked one? Something is going on here. What does it mean he was of that wicked one? That means the same spirit that was on that serpent came back into the earth and fell upon Cain. Now Cain has become the son of the devil. And when Cain fell out of the earth and was destroyed, guess what? That spirit came back in the form of Esau. Because there is no new spirit under the sun. There's no new thing under the sun. And now he, although he was born of Rebekah, through the womb of Rebekah, is now the son of the devil. Because Yah ordained it. And he is the child of the devil. And all of his descendants, all of his brethren, and all of his kinsmen, according to Jeremiah, are all the same. Verse 12 again.
1 John 3 and 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
Come on.
Marvel not, my brother, if the world hates you.
The world hates you. Come on.
We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brother. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Abideth in death. That's all I want. The same murderous intent as that Esau has for Israelites, or as Cain had for Abel, is the same murderous intent that Esau had for Jacob. Same thing. Same thing. First degree murder on the mind. The same spirit. The same evil spirit from the serpent in the beginning is the same spirit that fell upon Cain, is the same spirit that fell upon Esau. Same spirit. It was evil then. It was evil and a wicked spirit upon the earth then. And we are seeing similar functionalities in the spirit. And the way to identify the spirit is through the word of Yah. Give me Genesis 27. Genesis 27 and 41. I want 27, 41, and 42.
Genesis 27.
Because we're going to see the same murderous intent. Come on.
41 and 42. And Esau hated Jacob.
And Esau hated Jacob.
Because of the blessing. Wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart,
come on,
the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee.
So, is that it?
Yes,
all the 42?
Yep.
Yeah, so that is this. We see the same identical murderous intent that Cain had for Abel, but Cain followed through and killed Abel. But Esau did not follow through because Yah never meant for him to follow through with his murderous intent. The same first degree murderous intent. Same spirit was on Esau. Is the same spirit that was on Cain, is the same spirit that was on the earth, that was in the earth in the beginning, called the serpent. Called the serpent. Because after all, Adam was a teacher of righteousness, and this this serpent was a teacher of unrighteousness. Let's get Adam was Lord of the earth. And 2nd Ezra 6 and 4. I mean, 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 54. I want those 5 verses, 54 through 59. Yeah.
2nd Ezra 6, 54 through 59. Mm-hmm. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, mm-hmm. of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Israelites, come on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Yah, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Read it again.
All this have I spoken before thee, mm-hmm. O Yah, come on. Because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Because you made the world for our sakes. We are the lords or the masters of the world. And I know it's hard for Negroes, aka, niggas, to understand who they are. Because we too busy seeing the twerking. The twerking and what I seen a video where a boy was rapping and he was throwing money on himself and was twerking. A man. I know it's hard to understand that this is the God upon the earth. Wow. I know it's hard to believe that from what we see. I know it's hard to believe that. Out of all of the ignorance we see on social media, everything that we see on the boob tube, I know it's hard to believe that we are the gods upon the earth. Start from 54 again and read on down. First.
2nd Ezra 6, mm-hmm. 54 through 59.
I want y'all to hear. I want you that's listening by YouTube and Facebook, I want you to hear who you are. No matter what they saying about you, no matter how many times the police kill our people, no matter how many times they put negative images of our people on TV and through social media, hear and understand who you are. Come on.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, mm-hmm. of him come we all, mm-hmm. and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Israel, come on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Yah, because thou madest the world for our sake.
The world was made for us, come on.
As for the other people which also come from Adam.
And from the other people that also come from Adam, come on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are nothing. Come on.
But be like unto spit.
They are spit in the eyes of Most High Yah. Come on.
And has likened the abundance of them to a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Group them all up into one cup. And if one little drop falls out that cup, he's liking them as that. They're nothing to me. Come on.
And now, O Yah, know that these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we thy people, who thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sake,
for our sakes, Most High Yah, come on.
Why do we not possess?
Why don't we possess an inheritance? Come on.
With the world. How long shall this endure?
How long, Yah? How long should your people endure this? We're saying as believers, how long, Yah, will we suffer this? And Yah saying to his children, how long will you disobey? How long will my children go a horn with other gods? How long will my children idol worship? How long will my children be disobedient to my commandments? We're saying, how long, Yah? Haven't we suffered enough? Haven't our sons been gunned down in the street by each other, mind you, long enough? Not only that, haven't our sons and daughters been gunned down by other nations long enough? How long, Yah? must we endure. But he that endure this to the end shall be saved. Hold on, Israel. The only way that you are able to keep a people down is by making them believe that they are not the gods of the earth when they are really the gods of the earth. In Psalms 82 and 6. Psalms 82 and 6. We're almost done.
Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods.
I have said, ye are gods. Come on.
And all of you are the children of the Most High.
And we are all the children of the Most High. Come on.
But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes.
And fall like one of the princes. Give me John 10 and 34 and 30, verse 34 and 35. John 10, verse 34 and 35. Let's see what Yahweh says.
John 10, 34 and 35. Yahushua answered them.
Read.
Is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods.
You are gods, Israel. Israel. Ye are gods upon the earth. Ye are gods upon the earth. So why are you losing your mind to such foolishness? You're gods upon the earth. Because some of the greatest men that ever lived were Israelites. The greatest inventions that were ever made was made from Israelites. We had to be inventive when you ain't got nothing, right? I've never seen the people who take a $20 and make it stretch to make it seem like it's $100. It's so ingenious and inventive. Yeah. Even with the silly and ignorant stuff that we do, we're so ingenious and inventive. Can you imagine being that righteous people on the earth with all power and authority? What we could do? Everybody hates us, but everybody want to mimic us. Yeah. They want to sing like us, dress like us, walk like us, talk like us. You got Esau wearing cornrows and everything.
Right.
That's right. That's right. You do. You got Esau killing themselves. They getting butts put on them. They shooting injections. They get breast implants. They getting everything. Lip implants. They getting every cheekbones raised because that thing, without all that thing look a mess. Believe it.
Crumble quick.
Yes. Kim Kardashian looked like a wet dog. If she didn't have all them things on her. I said it. You can tell Kanye that Yazequel said it, and I want to see his rant on Instagram. That's right. Yazequel said it. Your wife looked like a wet poodle. She had to get implants to get you. But you wouldn't have looked twice at that thing. All right. We didn't finish that? Okay, let's do 10, 34, 35.
John 10, 34, 35.
Read on.
Yahushua answered them. Is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods. If he called them gods, unto whom the word of Yah came.
Come on.
And the scripture cannot be broken.
The scripture cannot be broken. If Yah called us gods, then guess what? We are gods upon the earth. The sons and daughters of Adam, who was master of this world. And Yah made the world for those who've come out of Adam, the nation of people that he's chosen, the Israelites. Made this world for us. So, with that being said, we sing hallelujah. Remember, Israel, though they perpetually hate us, We are the gods upon the earth, the rightful rulers of this world. So with that being said, we say hallelujah, hallelujah. We hope that you can glean from this lesson and you have learned something from this lesson. We're getting ready to go into our new moon festival. And we give thanks and praise always to the Most High Yah and His Messiah. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Have a great rest of your Shabbat Shalom.